All right. Hey guys, I am so excited to be hosting this meeting tonight. This is going to be a whole nother level. I'm so excited because I literally have been so feisty all day. My birthday's tomorrow. So whenever it comes close to my birthday, I'm always just like super crazy because I like love to celebrate my birthday. So we're going to be going over like algorithms a little bit. I'm going to touch on that, touch on increasing your visibility, how to post, and how to work the checklist. And what I've been finding is a lot of people have been focusing a lot on algorithms, and you're wasting your time focusing a lot on algorithms, okay? Because technically, like, I've tweaked a little bit of, like, what I've been doing since I've been a diamond and above. And for the most part, it's the same exact thing. I'm still getting the same results. I'm still seeing, the people liking my stuff, people commenting and engaging. So what I want you guys to do is to stop focusing so much on how many pictures I'm posting, how many, statuses and things like that. Like, you want to make sure if you're posting good quality content that people want to see, you're not going to have bad visibility. And what I mean by that is, like, basically, okay, so sometimes I'll post 2 or 3 pictures in a day and it has no effect. Like, if it's a good picture, it's going to get likes, which when I'm kind of like incorporating through my posting here, your pictures need to be bright and colorful. If you don't have a bright, colorful picture and it's like pixely, it's dark, and you took it in a dark room, you took it inside, it's not going to get any likes. So you like, it doesn't matter what is on that post. If it's a business post, a personal post, whatever it is, it's just not going to get likes. So if you're taking bad pictures and you're like, okay, well, why is this picture that Katie posted getting more likes than my picture? It's probably because mine is bright, colorful, crisp, clear, and people are going to like something that is attractive to the eye. So if you're posting 2 to 3 pictures a day, that's totally fine. Just make sure the picture is good quality, it's crisp, it's clear, it's clean, and it's something that people want to see. I love, like, I know that Brittany posted about this I want to say it was like a week ago now, just a picture of like somebody who made like a homemade pizza, and like if you just share that like lifestyle experience, sharing that good quality picture of the pizza, people want to see that stuff. People love seeing what you're doing, your food. So when you're posting every day, I just want you guys to really hone in and like concentrate on this part. I post 1 business post, 1 product post on Facebook. This is talking about Facebook. 1 business, 1 product, and 3 randoms in between. And it can be in any order. Like, I don't post in a specific order. I don't do anything. Like, I don't say I have to post this in the morning and this at night. Like, it is literally just randomized. And I do that because I want people to be excited to see what I have to talk about. I want people to know that in the morning I might be talking about migraines, but I also might be talking about, what happened this morning, or what am I doing, or where am I going. I just want people to be interested and always curious. Like, what do I have going on? Kind of like things like that. So they're actually checking in, they're following you, they want to follow you, so that in the morning they're not just going to scroll past your thing because you talk about the same product every morning and they're like, okay, this girl's always talking about this, goodbye. So you want to make sure you're switching it up. You're making sure that you're not focusing on what so much. Like, you want to make sure your content is good and do not focus on algorithms. Like, really focusing on that content. So when you're posting, make sure, and I'm talking kind of more about Facebook. I'm going to go into Instagram a little bit in a second. But when you're on Facebook, the most crucial thing is statuses, okay? People want to talk to you. And the reason we have social media is to be social. So if you're not posting stuff to like talk to people, to be friends with them, to like just get their attention, then that is what's going to kill your algorithm. People don't like boring. So if you're just posting something as simple as like, oh, watching Netflix, this is so fun. I love Grey's Anatomy. It's so great. People are like, yeah, it's great. Like, whatever. You might get 5 or 10 likes on that. But if you're talking about, okay, we have a hurricane coming up. Hurricane Irma is crazy. What are you guys doing to prepare? Are you staying or leaving? Like, things like that. That gets interaction. It shows you're a real life person. It shows what you've got going on. If you're local to this storm, you've been stalking it. You have whatever. People know, 1, you're in the path of Hurricane Irma. So they're going to be checking into your Facebook to see like what's going on where you live. Like, it's just interesting. I know before Irma was even a thing, I was just talking about Harvey. I see Hurricane Harvey. I was checking in with my friends that lived in Texas. I was curious, what's going on? Are you guys okay? And that, even though they're not in any sort of network marketing, but I love to check in on them, and people will do the same thing for you. So just sharing like, okay, we have this hurricane coming up. This is what's going on with the hurricane. I went out to get donuts today, and I like this was like a specialty donut place or whatever, but I took pictures of the donuts. Like, so many people were curious about what donuts are. They look so dang good. So if you're going out to eat, why aren't you taking a picture of that gourmet food? I know all of us on here have some sort of food that we adore and we go out to eat. Like for me, I love Mexican food, so I always get tacos. So talking about tacos, margaritas, the donuts were good. Like that's an interaction post. People like to get to know me and know that, you know what, Katie loves donuts. Katie loves food. I love tacos. I love Mexican food. So I love to share myself. Like my content is always strictly me. I am not pretending to be somebody that I'm not. A lot of times my hair is thrown up in a bun and I'm like, okay, this is me. Like y'all know that, you know, I relate to Jade Hooper a lot in that aspect where it's like you're getting the raw, non-edited, no BS me. So I want you guys to show that through your posts. Don't feel like you have to act like me. You have to act like you, like be you. And that's going to attract so many people to you. And don't feel like, you know, you have to do anything specific. Like realistically, if you're posting about yourself, about your life, your family, what you're doing, and incorporating the business, incorporating the products, going live, things like that, people are just going to follow you. Your Facebook should be like a reality TV show. And that's the best way that I can put it, because why do people watch that stuff? Why are you watching The Bachelorette or The Bachelor or whatever? I don't watch that show. But whatever that show's called, why are you watching it? Because it's interesting. Things are going on. Things are happening, right? Why do people watch any reality TV show? Because it's interesting. They want to see what's going on, what's going to happen next, what are they doing? When they leave you off of the episode, when you're like talking about something with your life, like, oh my gosh, going to blah, blah, blah tomorrow. I'm so excited. It's a cliffhanger. People want to know. I have huge, exciting news. And only say that if you do have something cool to say, don't lie about it. But basically, like, you need to be showing what it is about you that's so cool. And everybody has something cool about them. So I do not want to hear, like, I have nothing cool with my life, because I don't have anything cool with mine either. I just talk about my life, and it is interesting to other people because my life is different than theirs, which makes it interesting to them. So even though I'm a stay-at-home mom, the cool thing about me is, like, I don't really go anywhere. I stay in my house. I love going outside. People know that I absolutely love where I live. I love being in the country. I love just, like, scenic air, like the clear, crisp air, like being out there with all the animals. Like, that makes me happy. People know that about me. They love that I am honest about it. They love that I share my story about it. They love to just see what it's like, because city people don't know what it's like to live in the country, and country people don't really know what it's like to live in the city. So it's just like a different perspective life. So, you know, when you're watching a reality TV show, you have no idea what it's like to be in Grey's Anatomy. You have no idea what it's like to be a doctor. You have no idea what it's like to be The Bachelor. You have no idea what it's like to be a Kardashian, but yet you're still watching the shows. Why? Because it's interesting. So when you're on Facebook every day, I want you to think about when you're first post in the morning, talk about the products in the morning. You're making a shake, you're making greens, it's great. Then move on to the next post. Don't make it about the business. Talk about something random. If you're at the park, or maybe you're just chilling watching a show with your kid, or you're outside playing, or whatever it is you're doing, just share it. Or if you see something funny, or, you know, a lot of times, like, something will spark me. Like, if I read something on somebody else's timeline, it just, like, you know, you have, like, those thoughts, and it's, like, a funny thought, or maybe, like, you're just curious about something. Make a status about it and get people to comment, get people interacting with you, show your personality a little bit, and then move forward with lunch, you know, maybe like late afternoon time. Talk about something else. Talk about the business at that time. I like to talk about the business really throughout my day, but like just throwing it in there and incorporating is really what's going to get people attracted to you. That's going to get people to actually follow you and get interested in what you have to say. You know, let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, you're your own unscripted reality show. Yes. And that's it really is so important. And that's where I get most people, because everybody that I sign up, they're like, you're so honest. You're so real about everything. And I'm like, yeah, I am. Because you know what? I don't want anybody coming into this thinking like I'm somebody that I'm not. So it's really important to me to be myself, to show people how, like, what it's like to be me. Like yesterday, if you guys watched, I literally knocked down my entire vase of roses on live. Like the whole thing fell on the floor. And that was like, okay, that was funny. It sucked cleaning it up, but it was funny to my viewers because I'm like, yeah, it's just like my life. I always knock stuff over. I'm super clumsy, whatever. But it shows people who I am. It shows people that I am the real Katie, that I do not put on a front. Like, this is me. I love my products. It shows that you're truthful, that you're passionate, and that things happen. So, like, whenever, you know, people are seeing, they see my Facebook post, but then when they see me go live and something crazy happens like that, you know what? Like, they're like, oh God, this girl is hilarious. And they're going to keep following me. So it's something that, like, just like that, incorporating that into your, you know, your life. And I know a lot of people on here that are doing these things, those are the people who are honestly seeing a lot of results from it, because you have to think about it too. Like, would you have signed up with your enroller if they weren't honest, if they weren't exciting, if they weren't showing like what was going on in their life? No, probably not, right? And of course, you guys know, keep it clean. Don't make it negative. Like, you know, if something happens, like, that's okay. don't blast it all over your Facebook. You want to keep your Facebook and your social media pretty positive. But as far as, I don't know, Brittany, if you want to chime in, just let me know. And I will go about, right now I'm going to go over to Instagram, because Instagram, for me, I was explaining this to somebody the other day. Instagram is pretty similar. It's similar to Facebook in a way, but basically through Instagram, your goal is like, it's basically like a magazine, okay? When you're looking on going to People magazine or Cosmo, I know Cosmo's on Insta or Snapchat. My sister sends me stuff on Cosmo all the time. And like, it's usually things like food, like you're always seeing food in like magazines, fitness, healthy stuff, like, I don't know, recipes, or you're seeing like girls with like ripped bodies or like doing some crazy workouts or something like that interests you. Like, think about, I know most of us on here are, if not all, are women, right? You open the thing and you're like, oh wow, like that'll get my booty big, like I'm gonna totally do that workout. Or this, you know, I see this girl got abs from doing this, I'm gonna do that. So I like to talk about things like that on my Instagram, like showing like me, like if I'm doing a workout, like you can do a picture of you doing one of your workouts. You can do a picture of your food, quotes, inspirational quotes. Make sure you're spacing it out though. Like, so you're not doing like 5 quotes like in the same block. Basically, your first 9 squares need to show what is up with you. So it should be at least a selfie. You guys have got to make sure you're taking good quality, pretty selfies when you get done up. I've been done up this week like one time. And that one time I took like 5 selfies that I can use for other days that I'm not done up. So I use that selfie. But if you, in your first 9 squares, you need at least 1 selfie, at least. I would say 2 is a good number. You want to have a picture of your kids if you have children, dogs if you have dogs. You want to really fit everything into your life, like recipes, or not recipes, sorry, food. So whenever you go out to eat, you probably have gone out to eat in the past 2 weeks. So why don't you take pictures of your food? Starbucks, the greens, you know, hair, skin, and nail posts, fitness posts, whatever. You need to incorporate the business into your post, but you should not go to your Instagram and be like, wow, it works, like everywhere. You should go to your Instagram and be like, wow, okay, this girl loves, you know, to be healthy. She loves kind of like these products. She loves like her lifestyle just looks so happy and bright. And that's the most important thing. Like, what is going to attract them to your Instagram? And making sure, of course, your bio is clear. You do not want to have a bio that says anything that, of course, like says it works or anything like that. Get out of your comfort zone. I used to never take selfies before the biz, and now it's a weekly thing and people are liking it. Use filters, be funny if you're not comfortable. Yes, and that is so, like, I know I was telling Nadia about this, but it really is crucial to take selfies. Okay, I wasn't really a selfie girl before I did this. Like, I was like not really into selfies at all. But guys, if you're feeling like, you know, we all as women, we're harder on ourselves than we should be. But seriously, if you download that YouCam app and you're feeling like, oh my gosh, I could not be any uglier today, because that happens to me sometimes. I just get on that YouCam app, freshen my face up a little bit, and I'm like, oh girl, you look like Beyonce now. Get that on there. I get my selfie, I get likes. But it also shows them like, okay, yeah, I look fresh faced and whatever, but sometimes I don't. But it kind of like shows my whole life that way. But you need to use the YouCam if you're feeling like you're not on your A game that day. You have the filters. Make sure it's crisp, clear. And I'm gonna actually show you guys how to edit a photo really quick, because somebody asked me the other day, and I never feel like we went over it. So, all right. So here's a picture. Here's just a plain picture of Cammy. Okay, I took this with my iPhone. Nothing really special, just a plain picture. All right, and then I go over to, I use Tada. Hold on, my phone's being slow. Click the button. All right, so now, let me find that picture again. Here it is. All right, so here's the picture. Oh, well. Okay, well, let me try to break this down a little bit so you guys can kind of get a, wait, hold on. All right, I feel like this one's already, oh, that's what it did. Okay. All right, well, I'm gonna have to do another picture because I already edited that one, and for some reason it keeps bringing the edit back on this. So let's do this one. All right, so here's a random picture. All right, it's just plain as day. It looks clear. That's good because I have an iPhone, and it is clear. If you have an iPhone, your picture should be clear. I click clarity right here, and I just play with it a little bit. I'm like, all right, I know it's harder to see through the camera, but basically, like, I'm like playing with it, seeing like where I like the clarity, and that just makes it crisp, a super crisp picture. So I don't know if you guys could like, yeah, it's kind of hard for you guys to see the difference in the camera, but I use clarity. make it as crisp as I want it, and then I click adjust, which is right here, and it has brightness, contrast, and saturation, and I just brighten it up a little bit. If it's not bright enough, this one's pretty bright because it's taken in the sun, but contrast, move that a little bit, and then saturation a little bit, and it brightens it up. It makes it so much more crisp and clear and pretty and eye-catching. So that is honestly the only that's the only app I use to edit my photos, but that, or with like for like that kind of aspect, but that's exactly how I edit. Just clarity, brightness, contrast, and saturation. TADAA, 2 A's, like after the D, it's 2 A's. I saw a really good tip on getting a good workout pic. Take a video of you working out and then taking pics from that video to get a good shot, like a yoga shot. Oh, that is a good one. And guys, I take yoga shots too. Like whenever like I'm outside, like I will literally put on workout clothes to go outside, do a yoga pose, and take a good pic. Like it'll take me 5 minutes. I get a good picture for the gram, and then I put it up there. But it gets people interested in you. It shows them that you're doing something. And if I'm working out, and like Britt said, like I will literally get a million shots of me working out. I set that timer up. Perfect 365. That's a good one. Caitlin said on Android, I don't know if is Perfect 365 on there. Camera Plus is a good one to edit. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the Perfect 365 is on Instagram. I mean, is on Android. So, you can use that, but today's day and age, like our phones, even if I am team iPhone for life, but even if you're not team iPhone, I'm sure your Android takes pretty decent pictures. Like I know like whatever, I don't even know, I don't pay attention to those, but all the new ones have good cameras. So you guys just make sure, and if you have iPhone, it's got some pretty cool features, but when you're taking the picture, just make sure that you're clicking, like there is a focus button. It'll focus on whatever you're telling it to focus on. You can hold it in and go up, it'll brighten it. Hold it down and go down, it'll darken it. You guys see how that works? It is so simple to take a good picture. Just make sure that you're taking it like outside or in front of a window, and then be cautious of what's behind you, of course. But if you're being super careful about your pictures, making sure they're crisp and colorful, that is like the most crucial thing. And making sure you're not word vomiting. This is so important too. When you're making a post, okay, make sure you're keeping it so simple in your post that people can follow it. Like if an 8-year-old doesn't understand it, it's too complicated. So when you're talking about the greens or anything, pick out 1 to 2 things that those greens do and talk about it. And then the next time you talk about greens, you can talk about the other 2 things that they do. But if you're throwing in every single fact with it, nobody's going to be interested in that, and it's going to be too much for them to comprehend. They're not going to want to read a paragraph. So keep everything short and simple that's interesting. I would say no more than 1 long post a day. Like if something happens, or maybe you want to tell your story, or you really want to go in depth with something, I would say no more than 1 long post a day, and really not more than like every other day. Like I would say every day is kind of a lot, like every other day is good. But if you have to click see more, it's too much. That's what a long post is. See more means too much. Let me think what else. Oh yeah, let's go over the checklist. So I got this handy dandy binder here. All right, look at this thing. So I made it so I have my goals on the front. So my whole September goals are right here on the front, printed so I can see. And then I have my steps to success. I printed out its first page so I can see what's going on with my steps to success. How many do I have left to get for the month? And I just have them in like these, like, I forget what these things are called. I used to have these in school. Dang it. Page protectors or something. I don't know. That's what I have on my pages so that I can just slip them in and they look nice and crisp. So then I have my checklist here. And this checklist is seriously life. So what I do with my checklist is every day, I start out my morning. And guys, I just want to talk about this too for a second. Sorry, my mind's jumbled. But when I wake up in the morning, okay, I started listening to, I've been listening to Mel Robbins' 5-Second Rule, her Audible book. By the way, guys, you can get a free, 30 days of Audible, and it's basically you get 2 free books. So if you haven't read Mel Robbins' The 5-Second Rule, you need to get that audiobook. You need to listen to it because it is seriously amazing. Like, basically, long story short, what Mel is going over is, your brain will actually trick you out of doing things that you want to do, but it'll trick you out of doing it because it's kind of like a risk. So kind of like this business, you're wanted to do it, maybe you're a little skeptical, but your brain will manipulate you to not do something even though you should do something just because that's how the brain works. So have courage in your decisions, and basically make the decision to do it. And you have to count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, do it. So for me, this is a hard one because you guys know I love my sleep. But I literally have been making myself wake up, set an alarm by like 9:30 is like the latest I'll sleep. I've been doing it for 9. But some days if I stay up really late, I'll make it 9:30. But I make it for 9, and then I like my alarm will go off, and I have to literally say like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get up. And I'm like one of those people who like loves to stay in bed and like chill for an hour or two before I get out of bed. But like this has been making me get up in 5 seconds. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I get up. I go sit at my desk. I start the book. I listen to her because that is making me, everything she's saying, it's like hitting me in so many different ways. I've learned a lot, but that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, it will get you off your butt and get you to what you need to do. So whatever it is, like if it's dishes, if it's you sitting on the couch, you're like, I need to follow people. And you're like, all right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And like the more you do it, the more it becomes a habit and the easier it becomes. So I love that rule. It's so crucial. So if you're being lazy, and you know if you're being lazy, start implementing that in the small spots to make it a part of your life so you stop being lazy. And you'll feel so good. And this is actually funny because I don't know if I ever told Brittany this, but one time I was like, dude, I do not feel like cleaning. Like I was like, you know, I know a lot of you on here are like, okay, yeah, girl, I feel you. I never feel like it. Like I really never feel like cleaning. And Brittany's like, you just have to like get up and do it. And once you start doing it, it just like, it feels so much better. And you know, getting that initial push to like get up, go start the laundry, start the dishes is the hardest part. But thinking to myself, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, like just get up and get it over with. And then when you're done, you're so satisfied. You like finish it and you're like, hell yeah, I rock. So I've been implementing that. So I want you guys to start your days off with your personal development. I know on here it says personal development at like kind of like at the bottom of the list, but that doesn't mean you have to do it in that order. That just means it's at the bottom of the list because you have to do it every day. So do that development in the morning because that setting that mindset for you in the morning will change your day. So I use my Fire and I just like let it go play on loud and I'll like sit here and listen to it and kind of like wake up in the morning and drink a cup of tea or something. But it is so crucial for me to have that self-development, guys. You have no idea. So make sure you're doing it like in the morning. If you're one of those people who just like dreads morning like me and you're just, you know, slow starter, get self-development in the morning because it makes your day go smoother. But okay, this checklist. So unfollow people that are not following you back. This is a crucial step every day, okay? So whenever I am going through, like I accept all my follow requests, and then I will go ahead and I click the unfollow, like I go to my app, refresh, unfollow everybody who didn't follow me back. You can do that in the morning or you can do that at night. Depends on kind of what your schedule is with the business. If you follow people in the morning, then you would unfollow them in the next morning kind of a thing. Do you have certain ones you listen to? Yes, I do have certain. Right now I'm listening to Mel Robbins' 5-second rule. And I just downloaded, oh man, this is dead. I downloaded another one. It's Mel Robbins' 5-second rule. And then there's another one called, I'll have to get it to you. It works like Aspen Emery. She's one of our field regional development people. She is actually doing a book club, and hers is something about leaders too. But I really want you to start focusing on Mel Robbins' 5-second rule because that one is the bomb. And then once I finish this, I'm going to move on to the next one. The next one's a lot shorter. This one's like a 7-hour audiobook. The next one's a 2-hour one. So if you listen to it like 30 minutes in the morning, and like I listen to mine longer, honestly. Like I can follow people and listen at the same time. So it really just depends on your schedule. But anyways, so unfollowing people that don't follow you back, that's so crucial, guys. You do not want to have like a 3,000 follow rate or followers or following and then only like 1,000 followers. It makes you look like you're a spammer, like you sell something. And Instagram will pick up on that. And that is one of the things that will kill your algorithm is if you have 1 million follower, like sending out follow requests and nobody follows you back and you're keeping them on your thing. So making sure you're unfollowing the people who don't follow you back. Posting, of course, on Instagram 3 times a day. So crucial. Like, so crucial. You have to. Morning, noon, night, really, like, as long as it's within 2 hours. Like, sometimes I'll get up a little bit later, like, 9:30, 10 o'clock. Then I'll post something. And then at, like, 1 o'clock, I already have another post. I'll post it at 1. Like, I don't space them out perfectly. They're just, like pretty much as long as it's 2 hours apart, you're good. So I wouldn't post like every 2 hours on Instagram, but if your first 2 are 2 hours apart and your last 2 are 2 hours apart, it doesn't matter. Same thing with Facebook. You're posting 4 to 5 times basically on Facebook. One business, one product, and the rest are random. So when I'm posting on Facebook, like sometimes Cammie will say something and like it's been like 2 hours since my last post and I want to share it, I just share it. As long as it's been 2 hours, you're good. And that's just so you're not bombarding everybody. Adding people on Facebook, adding 15 people a day. So what this means, I go through my friends of friends list, and basically like somebody I went to school with, somebody I used to work with, somebody that's at this point I have so many people on my Facebook. It's just like random people that I don't know that I found on Facebook that I add their friends, and I'll add like 5 here, 5 there, 5 here, and like that's it, 15. I do not add more than 15 a day because I'm really focusing on getting those people. You really want about 100 people added to your hundreds list a month. So I try to get about 200 people on my Facebook a month to add like at least 100 of them to my hundreds list, and then kind of like weed out and replace and kind of things like that. But if you're doing that every month, you're going to have a fresh hundreds list every month forever. So making sure you're doing that every day. And something that somebody asked me the other day was, well, what if I want to build local? Like I want a local team. Something like if maybe you've moved all over the country, maybe whatever, you just don't have friends where you live. So what you can do is go search like coffee shops. Like I can go up and like Starbucks. Obviously, every like person checks in to Starbucks. Like they're always checking into Starbucks or they're checking into Chick-fil-A. And like you can just go through, you can go to your local, like you can type in like I can go to Chick-fil-A Lancaster and look at who checks in there, and then like find people from there and add them from there. And that's a good way to get local people. And that's actually how I built a friends list out here, because where I live now, I didn't live here before. I know nobody out here. Like I'm by myself. So I had to build up a team here and figure out who lives here. And that's really how I found it, was just going to like local spots that people go to, restaurants, Starbucks, Targets, Chick-fil-A's, like things like that. Like you're going to find people. Okay. So following on Instagram is so random. Like I will occasionally do like a hashtag, but the hashtag thing is so important that you're actually focusing on what that hashtag is. You do not want it to have over 10,000 hits. And what I mean by that is when I go on Instagram, hold on. If I hashtag, okay. So if I were to, I hashtag a word, and right now I hashtag mom, and I don't know, let me see if you guys can do this. See how many hits that has? It's like 17 million hits on Mom Life. So I obviously wouldn't use Mom Life, but now I hashtag mom, but I can scroll through, kind of see like what posts are lower. And like, that's going to help you find like a hashtag with lower hits. Obviously mom's a bad one to use because everybody has, like that's like a really basic hashtag. But I think of things like with Cami, like if she says something, I'll kind of like think of it. If it's like a movie quote or something, I'll look something up and like kind of like go through the keywords, and it'll suggest stuff. And if I didn't think of it, somebody else already did, it'll be like less than 10,000 hits. That's how I find my people, because that's where the basic people are. That's where like there's not really like, they're not in anything, they're not involved in anything, they don't have mass people following them. They're just normal people posting, hashtagging about their life. So that's where I go if I'm hashtagging. Other than that, I usually only hashtag, like I would say like maybe once a week, maybe once every other week, because I have so many new followers that I just go to their followers and their followers and their followers and their followers, and then I want to branch out somewhere else. So I think about another hashtag. So, and the same thing with Instagram. You can, I'm pretty sure I haven't done this one in a little bit, but yeah, you can even go to places around you, and it'll show you, like I know here, like it's showing me how many places that are around me that I can go to. I can click on, and it'll say who's checked in there. Like you can check in on Instagram too. So you can look up the same thing for Instagram, who's been local to you, and how you can, you can follow all those people. So it's a simple way to follow new people, but you should be following. But if you have no followers, I'm talking like less than 1,000, you need to beef up your Instagram ASAP and be following a minimum of 300 people a day. And it really doesn't take time. Like when you're following people, you can get that knocked out in 10 minutes. Like that's a 10-minute task. And I make it so like I set a timer. If I'm having trouble focusing, I will set a timer and be like, you need to follow 250 people in 10 minminutes. Go. I'll have it done in 5 minutes. I'm just like boom, 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 boom. Click one, boom, 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 boom. You're not looking at their profile. You're not looking at anything like that. You're requesting them. When they request you back, because your Instagram should be on private, when they I guess it's follow request you back, you should look at their profile and see if they sell anything, they cannot follow you. If they, let's see, if they're just like strange, you want to make sure you don't have no creepy people on your Instagram, then you don't let them follow you. But other than that, like that's pretty much, or if they're like trashy, they can't follow me either. I'm kind of like, that's the only 3 like specifications I have when they're requesting me back, and I let them just keep following me. But that's really it. And that the accepting friend requests will take a little bit longer than sending them out, but sending them out is really important, making sure you're growing every day. Commenting on 50 things on Facebook and Instagram. This is something that you can do throughout when you're watching TV or when you're, chilling in bed. You're scrolling anyways on Facebook or Instagram, so you might as well be commenting. So I like to comment on things throughout the day. I don't sit down in one session and comment on 50 things because that's boring for me. So I like to do 10 things, in the morning when I first get up, 10 things, middle of the day, maybe 15 to 20 later, like whatever, you check your phone a lot anyways. So write a couple comments. Like you're scrolling through for 5 minutes. I'm sure you just saw about 20 posts. Comment on 5 of them. And that'll get your commenting out of the way. Messaging people. This is so crucial. All right, I'm going to take a poll really quick. How many people are messaging new people every day? Are you messaging every single? I want people on here to be honest, and we're not doing any judging. We are not doing anything like that. This is just for you to have a reality check. Sometimes you have to open your mouth and admit I am not doing it for you to actually realize you need to be doing it. So if you aren't messaging anybody, say I'm not messaging anybody. I'm not messaging people every day. We know Alchemy is. That's why she's enrolling like 20-something customers a month. Not every day, not every day. Message people who like my posts. Not every day. All right. So, thank you guys for being honest. Now, you're going to sit here and like, all right, Katie said I had to say it. Now I said it, so I have to hold myself accountable. All right, so I do that so you guys hold yourself accountable so that you are going to move forward and do this. All right, so messaging people is so important. I message people random stuff, guys. I am so friendly on my Facebook. Like, it doesn't matter what somebody's talking about. Like, I just send them a message. And it's not business related. I just want them to know who I am. So, like, I had a girl on my Facebook that lives in Texas. And I was like, girl, I know you live in the Texas area. Like, I'm praying for you and your family. Are you guys going to be affected? And she's like, actually we are. We're evacuating, blah, blah. Like, I'm like, okay, great. So I had a convo about that. I pay attention to what they're posting. Look at what your friends are saying. And if you guys, quick tip, if you see the same people over and over and over and over and over in your timeline, anybody see that stuff happening? You need to go to your friends list, go to your recents, and go figure out who the heck you're finding, like who the heck you don't see. Click on their profile and like some of their stuff so they start showing up in your feed. But that is so crucial. Brittany said, please message more people besides the ones that like your posts. You're missing out on so many people. Yes, and I just reach out, like she said, I just reach out, and I know Brittany does this too, and talks to them. Like, you just say random things, talk to them, be their friend, and they're going to start paying attention to you. But it just takes that initial, like, hey, girl, blah, 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 talk about your post. It's totally, like, not weird. You want, like, make sure you're thinking when you're sending them that message, like, what are you talking about? Like, if you got that message, are you going to be cool with it? And for me, like, if somebody reached out to me, they're like, hey, girl, like, I know that, you're about to be hit by Hurricane Irma. Like, are you guys prepared? Like, I'm praying for you. I'd be like, oh, my gosh, thank you so much. That's so sweet. Like, that's a nice message. Or if they say, I love, what your daughter wears, or I love, watching your family. Y'all are so cute. Like, whatever. I don't think that's weird. I think that's nice. So you should do the same thing. Don't be afraid to make new friends. Do you know how many people would kill for a friend? Like, let this sink in for 1 second, because I can tell you there is me. Let's just get personal for a second. When I first started this business, I had no friends, okay? Zero. I mean, like, me and Zach, he's my best friend ultimately, but I had no girlfriends. And I would have killed for a mom to reach out to me and to be my friend, because I was so sick and tired of not having any friends. I had nobody to talk to. I don't have anybody to go to. Like, no hangouts, like nothing. I would have killed for somebody to be my friend. So if you're local to somebody, why don't you hang out with them? Go to the park, see if you guys can be friends. Like, don't make it weird. Make it so, like, honest and from the heart, genuine. Be friendly, be nice, make a friend. And by doing that, people are going to want to be on your team. They're going to want to be friends with you, and they're more willing to help you. And those are the people that, if you take the time to be friends with them, to be nice to them, that are going to help you out when you need it. Whenever you need a customer, whenever you're talking about the business, I'm sure that those people are more likely to join your team if you're going to be a friend than if you're just like, join my team and sending out those cold messages. So I hope you guys are like kind of getting that whole like difference. It's not a cold message. You're just being a friend, and you can bring up the business later. Like, once you guys have been friends for a little bit, be like, hey girl, I know we haven't really talked about this, but like, I feel like you'd be really good at what I do. Have you ever considered like doing this? And a lot of times they'll be like, yeah, I have, but, and then you crush the fear. So, and I know that's one of Brittany's favorite things is just like, I know, you've been watching me for a little bit. I kind of know, have you ever considered it? Messaging should be 75% of what you do every day. Yes. And at my opportunity meeting I had yesterday, I said that. They're like, so does messaging take up most of your time? I'm like, yes, I work like 2 to 3 hours a day and messaging takes up most of that. I would say like maybe 30 to 45 minutes is everything else on this checklist and then messaging. And if you're not messaging, you're not enrolling. Am I right? Or am I right? I know that Brittany always preaches this too, but seriously, if you're not messaging, you're not enrolling. And that's just the bottom line. People are afraid to reach out for whatever reason. I don't know what it is, but they're afraid. Literally, guys, people will tell me, thank you for messaging me. I really wanted to try that. And I'm like, why don't you message me? I don't know, but I wouldn't get that customer. Somebody else would, because somebody else is going to message her. So I'm not playing those games no more. I'm not waiting for somebody else to reach out to my potential. I'm not waiting for somebody else to reach out to that girl that I would kill to have on my team. Okay? So make sure that you are reaching out, you are messaging, and honestly, think about this from a friend standpoint. Sometimes people just want somebody to talk to, and if you're that person, guys, you can not only change their life with helping them get through that situation, but they could join this business with you, and you guys are going to be good friends, and you can just take off in this business, okay? When I met Brittany, if I wouldn't have reached out to Brittany and suggested this to Brittany, Brittany wouldn't be here. Like, let that sink in for a second. My double diamond would not be here if I didn't say, have you considered this business? So that is a big deal, okay? So I'll admit I've been slack as hell. My paycheck shows it. Yeah, whenever you start slacking, your paycheck will go down. I get distracted when I'm messaging, so it takes me forever, and I always postpone it. Yes, and it does. And you know what? I love that you said that, because messaging for me is the biggest pest. Like, I do not feel like doing it. That's one of those like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 things I have to make myself do, because it gets annoying. It gets boring. You're like sitting there and you're like, oh my God, I've been messaging for like 40 minutes. And you're just like, I need to stop. So at that point, take a break, walk away, do something else. I screenshot where I was at on my post, like on my likes. I'll go screenshot the thing, and then I'll walk away, do whatever I want to do, and come back to it. Because I know that at that point, I'm going to get a notification on Facebook. I click it, and now I start scrolling, and that's wasting time. So a good thing that, I wanted to mention too tonight is that sometimes people tell me they feel like they're on their phone a lot. They feel like they're overwhelmed. They're like, okay, I feel like I'm on my phone 24/7. This is something that you've got to be aware of. And I'm just going to be real for 1 second. You're just bullshitting on your phone. You're wasting time. You are scrolling through Facebook, you're reading people's posts, you're watching videos, and then you're like, oh God, an hour and a half went by and I did nothing. Am I right? I mean, seriously, I had this happen to me too. And then I'm like, dang it, I spent way too much time scrolling. I wasted all the time, and now I did not do this and this. The day's over and I didn't get anything done because I wasted my time scrolling through pointless stuff and not doing what I needed to get done. And then it's 10 o'clock and I'm like, well, damn, I haven't messaged anybody yet. And I have to stay up and message. So if that's you, and I know I relate to people on here, make sure you're disciplining yourself. You're not going to get anywhere if you're not self-disciplined. This business is so cool because we don't have a boss, but at the same time, you have to be your boss and say, hey, you need to get this done. You need to get this checklist done. And for me, sitting here looking at it when I first get up in the morning, it gets me motivated to get that first part done. I do my messaging at night because I like to message everybody at nighttime when all my posts are done. I like kind of this is my time. I message my random people in the morning, like the 10 people that I'm trying to become friends with. I message them in the mornings, but everything else, all the likes on my posts and more reaching out becomes from nighttime. For me personally, that's just how my schedule works. But make sure that you're not just being glued, okay? You realistically can look at your phone, post, put it down. Post, comment on a few things, put it down. Your kid's taking a nap, work. Use that time wisely. I know a lot of you guys on here are moms. Use it wisely. Your kids are, they have quiet time. They're in a nap. They're at school. Why are you not using that time to work? You're using that time to be lazy. And I'm giving you guys tough love right now. But honestly, that's the time you need to use it. My paycheck doubled since I started timing myself for the checklist. I get more done. Yeah, that is me to a T. Twinning again, Alchemy. But seriously, I have to do it. If I don't do it, I will literally get so distracted with videos, Snapchat, Instagram. Like, I just get sucked into Pinterest, whatever. And then I'm like, I'm literally wasted all this time on my phone and I've done nothing for work. So it's crucial to making sure you're setting the timers. If you aren't self-disciplined, if you don't have the discipline, and using the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, building your hundreds list is so crucial, and I talked about that a little bit earlier. When you're adding new people, you guys, a hundreds list. Can we just talk about a hundreds list for a second? Because if you don't have a hundreds list, what are you doing? What are you doing? A hundreds list is so crucial, and I just started my new one, and I've literally almost filled up the whole thing. Like, I have a thing that says potentials. These are my people for the month. I literally have a list that's front and back. I have a whole front page finished and almost the whole back page, and it's what, September 7th? So you have got to have a hundreds list, because when we have promotions like this, who are we reaching out to? No one. You're just praying somebody comes to you, right? Well, guess what? Newsflash, that's not always going to work out. So if you don't have a hundreds list, you're not talking to people every day, you're not going out there and adding new people, you're not writing people down, you aren't going to get anybody signed up. You have got to start building those relationships by messaging. If you have that relationship with them, they're going to see you. They're going to want to join you. They're going to want to buy your product because you're excited about it and you want them to use it and feel as good as you do. But if you're not out there, you're not messaging, you're not doing it, you're not going to sign anybody up. So if you're sitting there and you're like, today you got on the Zoom and you're like, I don't know what's going on. Nobody's signing up with me. Or do you have a hundreds list? No, you don't. Okay, build one, because you need one. So start adding people, add people to that hundreds list. People that you want on your team is what a hundreds list is. It's basically you find 100 people that you would kill to have on your team, put them on that list, and start building a relationship with them. I know Brittany did an amazing video on it, so it should be on the team page, or maybe her YouTube, I forget. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 system. That is Mel Robbins. Yeah, 5-second rule. Can you talk about? Oh, there you go. Yeah. So that's basically what you do. You're building the relationship. So the video basically goes 1 through every day. It's 1 through 25, 26 through 50, 51 through 75, and 76 through 100. And then it starts back over 1 through 25 every day. You're building a relationship with those people. And if you're doing that consistently, think about this. If you build a relationship, a friendship with 100 people a month, how many people you think are going to sign up? How many? And realistically, that's 1,200 people a year if you only do 100 a month. And that's not including the randoms that are going to sign up. That's 100 new people that you are going to get to sign up on your team. So crucial for that. Let's see. Going live. Let's talk about going live. But someone messaged me about getting honestly, you can to gain weight, you can do new you in the shake and add the shake to a meal. Like, that's like an additional meal for your day, and new you for sure. Do we have to keep interacting with them throughout the month? Yes, you keep interacting with them. What I do on my Facebook, I add them to a list, and that way I can kind of go through and just make sure I'm liking and commenting on their stuff. But basically 1 through 25, you go to their profile, you comment on their things. The next day, 26 through 50, you go to their profile, comment on what they've posted. If they haven't posted anything, that's okay. That's fine. Or if they haven't posted anything, you can't comment on anything, so that's okay. The third day, fourth day, and then you repeat. And in 4 days, people should be posting. If they don't post anything in a week, they're lame. Get them off your hundreds list. Have you ever been blocked? I got blocked the moment people found out I worked for, you mean blocked by random people? I'm sure I have. I know for sure one girl blocked me, but I honestly, people that block me, I haven't really been blocked by anybody that I've known besides I haven't been blocked by a potential, I guess is what I'm trying to say, besides one girl, and that girl was a nutbag. So that was pretty much it. Usually I don't get blocked, and if I do, I don't know about it because they weren't my potential. So it occasionally happens. I don't know. I honestly have I follow some people. I get so many friend requests. I wouldn't even notice that. So just don't study on it. Just let it just by. They weren't meant to be anyways. Have a nice life. This is adult language sometimes, y'all. I'm sorry. I have a potty mouth. Anyway, so going live. Going live is so freaking crucial. Okay, so don't always go live about the business and don't always go live about the products, okay? Funny, but seriously, don't do it. Go live about things that are not about the business because people think it's funny. The other day when I went live about my little like dog thing, like, yeah, Chewy freaking rocks because you get your dog food for cheaper, right? So I was like, okay, cool. I have so many like dog lovers on my Facebook. I'm just going to go live about this. Then I knocked over the vase. Went everywhere. It was funny. Everybody was like, ah, and I'm like, oh my God, this sucks. I have to clean it up. But seriously, that shows people the real me. They show what's going on. I love to just share what's up. And I know Alchemy does too. She just had her husband go live like doing her makeup. That was funny. People like to see that stuff. So make sure you're going live about random stuff as well as business and product stuff. But you should be going live no less than like 4 to 5 times a week. You need to go live. It's important. And if you're not, I will tell you guys the honest to God truth. If I'm not living 4 to 5 times a week, I'm not seeing the results that I want to see. No, like not that many people are paying attention. Like they want to see what I have going on. They hear my passion. They get me getting so excited. And then they're like, oh my gosh, this girl's crazy excited. Like, I want whatever she's doing. So go live. So crucial. Follow up. Okay. I don't know. Let me tell this because I don't know how many people of you guys know, but I was the like result of a follow up. I was also the result of somebody else signing me up. So this girl had my number, had my name, whatever. I was super interested in the rap. I put my name in a raffle. She called me. She said, do you want to do a rap party? I said, I don't know. I'll think about it. She never answered me. She never messaged up me again. Never followed up with me. Nothing. And another girl messaged me and was talking to me and talking to me and talking to me and talking to me and following up with me and following up with me. And I signed up. So girl number 1 never followed up. And if she is still in this business and she knew that she had a triple diamond that signed up, now I'm a triple diamond, but could you imagine if you didn't follow up with somebody and then you see them later and they're a triple diamond? Like, how would that make you feel? Like, what? Like, I literally think about that. Whenever I think about that girl, I'm like, dang, that girl don't even know. Like, how mad would I be if I did not follow up with somebody and then I found out that they became a triple diamond? So it's so crucial to follow up. And guys, the girl who enrolled me asked me probably like 5 times, literally. And like, she was nice about it. We were like talking back and forth as friends. We had a friendship building at this point, okay? She was becoming my friend, and she was like, girl, seriously, you would be so good. She believed in me when I did not believe in myself. So it is crucial for you as the sponsor to believe in somebody enough so they have the courage to start this business. I was the prime example of this. I didn't believe in myself. I didn't have the courage, and I needed somebody to tell me that I know you can do this. Girl, I think you'd be amazing at this. I could just see you killing it. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't think I can do it. And guess what? By her reassuring me that 4 to 5 times, here I am. And that was over like a week, but we were friends, so I didn't even mind. So I really want you guys to let that sink in for a second. Like, think about what your upline said to you. Like, maybe you needed that extra encouragement. Maybe your upline was like, girl, I know you could do it. I know for some of these people on here, like when I enrolled you, I know I told you could do it like 5 million times because that's literally what it took for me to do it. Like, it just is. So don't be afraid to follow up. Don't be. Even with the products. Let me see. Message whoever likes your posts. We already talked about that a little bit. Write new contacts down in your calendar. Oh yeah, write stuff down, guys. Like, I literally cannot express this to you now. If you're not writing stuff down, you're gonna forget it. Most of y'all are moms. We have this thing called mom brain. Like, you can't remember anything. You can barely remember like the last thing you ate. That is so crucial to writing down. Sometimes like I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll remember it. And Zach's like, dude, if you don't write that stuff down, I'm going to kill you. Because I will forget 5 minutes after I say I remember. I don't even know their names. That happens to me all the time. I have the worst memory. So writing their names down is a part of the checklist because us as moms, we're busy. Our kids are doing something. You get frustrated. You have stuff going on in life, and then you forget. So it is so important to write it down. Even if I have a calendar and then I have my potential list. I even have like who I'm helping get to a rank this month to make sure I'm focusing in. Make sure, don't be ashamed of anything that you have, any faults that you have. I here will admit all my faults to you. I'll tell you straight up. Like, I need a list for everything. I have a list of who is promoting this month. I have a list of who I want to enroll. I have who I'm following up with. Like, I have a list for everything because if I don't, I forget. Hence why I made this checklist. I'm not even a green. I'm 100% red. I'm really unorganized, but just making this little like binder thing has helped me and my brain so much. I have been messaging a friend about joining, and I did a follow-up with her the other day, and she just never responded. Should I follow up again? I would follow up again. I would say, hey, girl, like, what happened? Like, if she's a friend, you should be able to tell a friend, like, hey, girl, what's going on? Like, did you decide not to do this or what? Like, you would kill it. And if you just say it like that, it will literally help you it won't be weird because you guys are friends, but it'll help you to kind of like get that point across without being pushy. Weekly to-dos on this list, delete unaccepted friend requests, so crucial. All you have to do is go onto your Facebook, go to the little God, this is so annoying. The little tab over here, I don't know what's going on my phone, but this tab right here with the 4 little lines, or 3 or whatever, I can't count. Go to friends, and then go to outgoing. And it's going to show you how many people you have outgoing and how many that you need to delete. So make sure you're doing that and just undo all of them once a week. I usually do mine on Sundays. Send party invites for the parties. Do loyal customer follow-ups every month or every week, guys. Send out a loyal customer thing like, hey, girl, your order's running this week. What did you want this month? How's everything going? Send out messages like that. So crucial. Attend the Zoom and update your charts. Who here, let's have a little conference. Who here has their next chart ready, printed out? Anybody? Anybody have their chart printed out, ready to go? Of what you're trying to get to? The next 2. Me. I feel like I'm like singing me. Next 2. Me. Okay. So a good bit of you guys, not everybody, but a good bit of you has your chart printed out. Having that chart printed out, when you see it every day, you should have it in a spot that you can see it every day. How does that make you feel? Don't you feel like you're ready to like just go for it? It reminds you every day what you need to get there. And you're like, I need that. It's like, yes, it keeps me focused. Yeah. It's something, if you don't have a chart out and if you don't have a dream board out, it goes to the back of your mind. It's like, it really does. It's not something that is important to you. You have to say, if you want to do this business, guys, heart to heart, if you really want to get to where you want to, whether it's ruby, emerald, diamond, if you really want it, you're going to do it. And you're going to have those charts out. And you're going to stay focused. And you're not going to let yourself get lazy. Occasionally, it happens. Okay, I get lazy sometimes. But you know what? I notice I get lazy when I start to like make excuses, when I'm like, all right, well, you know what? I'm just really tired tonight, so I'm just not going to message today. Does anybody else ever do that? Where you're just like, I'm just tired. Bad idea. You should have better planned, figured it out through the day, and you're going to make sure you're going to stay up and message those people, and then in the morning, you're going to start the day over. You forget what didn't happen yesterday and move on. But do not carry the slack of yesterday over to today and expect to make up for it. Drop it, but do not let yourself have so many of those down days. Like Marga's saying, win the day to win the week to win the month. And if you're not willing to win the days, you're not going to reap that reward. You're not going to promote. You're not going to see all that success that you so badly want. That's net wishing, like Pam says. So, guys, seriously, I love doing work before bed and waking up to tons of messages. Yes, me too. I love that's why I said I was messaging at night. I like to wake up and be like Instagram at like 23, and I'm like, yes, I get 23 messages on Instagram. And I don't even care if somebody says like just showing love. I'm like, hell yeah, she messaged me back. I'm going to be her friend. And I'm like extra nice to her. I write their names down to make sure I go back to their profile to like some of their stuff. So it is so, guys, seriously, so crucial for you to stay on the ball. Like the easiest thing with this business is to get lazy because we don't have somebody breathing down our neck. Think about why is it that you don't want a boss? You don't want somebody breathing down your neck. You don't want somebody to tell you what you have to do. You don't want somebody telling you when you can eat, when you can pee, when you can see your kids. So you join this business. So why is it that you're being so complacent saying, okay, I'll get to it later? When you're not making this a priority, you're not going to get paid. But when you work hard, you get paid. And I love to see my checks every month because I'm like, I worked hard, I got paid, and I can do whatever I want to do this month because I worked hard. And I'm working harder because I want a bigger check. So if you're not doing that every month and you're getting mad because your checks are going down, and you're just being lazy and you're like, well, this sucks. I guess I'm not good at it. No, it's because you're being lazy. So I want you guys to stop. Whatever happened last month, I don't care. Whatever happened yesterday, I don't care. tomorrow is a new day. I want you to take your charts out, get your success printed, and get that stuff done. Make it a goal. You need 5 loyal customers. You know what? Then 1 loyal customer a week is already gone because 1 week is gone. A week in September has already passed. We have 3 weeks left to kill the rest of this month. If you're trying to promote this month, it is not too late. It is not too late. You can get a lot of stuff done in 3 weeks. So divide it up, make it into a weekly goal, to a daily goal, and go after it and go get it. Stop with the excuses. Stop with the I can't. Stop with the nobody wants this. People want it. People are signing up every day, and you're just making excuses for yourself, which is ultimately going to screw you out of your goal. So I'm so excited for you guys this month. I know we have so many people promoting, and I just love seeing everybody's excitement and the people that are going after it and killing it. And seriously, I'm just pumped. I am so pumped for the rest of this month, and I love doing Zoom for you guys because it just makes me want to sign up a million people. So take advantage of this promotion too, guys. Seriously, this $500 thing is amazing. People are going wild over it. So go tell your potentials. If you've been a lazy little snail over here, come back as a shark and go kill the freaking thing and message everybody and tell them that there's a $500 shopping spree. Because if you tell people about this 500, all they have to do is get 4 customers, guys. Seriously, $500 for 4 customers. How crazy is that? How many of you are on here right now if I would have signed you, if I would have had this when I signed up, I would have signed up a lot easier. It would have just been boom, done, $500. Yes, I need that. So get people out there, go talk, and don't be afraid to talk in public, guys. This is so awesome too, because I love sharing this with people. People are so mind blown at the fact that me and Zach both work from home. They're mind blown. They love to hear about it works. They're like, what is it works? And me and Zach have been really busy this past week out in public, and not one person knows about it works. Not one. So I get excited, and Zach's like, oh, here she goes on her little happy spiel. And I'm like, oh my God, you don't know what it works? Let me tell you. And I start telling them about it, and they're excited, and I get them their number or their Facebook. Chris better join for that 500. I'm trying to make my husband join up. Yeah, it would have been bomb. Talk about blitzing how I approach. Okay, so how I approach people in public, guys, this is so crazy. So I make it so normal because I get really awkward of things if it's anything scripted, I get super awkward because I automatically it's instantly I forget. So I'm really go with the flow. So if I'm talking to a cashier, at Starbucks or whatever, I'm just like, hey girl, you're so cool. Can I connect with you on Facebook real quick? And she'll be like, oh, of course. People are not going to just be like, no. They're going to be like, oh yeah. If you're nice and genuine, if you have a good cashier, okay? When I'm talking to somebody at the cashier's thing, they're talking, you know how you have a good cashier, oh, hey, how are you? I had a Starbucks lady the other day, joke with me. I was like, what's the difference between the iced chai and the hot chai? Because I don't like the hot chai, but I love the iced chai. And she was telling me, and then she was joking with me, you want the hot one without the water, but did you want the ice? And I was I just thought it was funny. She just made stupid jokes. I was like, you know what, you're so funny. Let me add you on Facebook because I love to connect with people that are funny and positive. And she's like, okay, cool. And then I added her. And then I sat at the bar at Starbucks, and at the Starbucks they had a bar. It's super weird. So I sat up there, and she's making the drinks in front of me, and she's just casually talking, and she's like, what is it works? What is that? And I simply say this, and I pull out, I have one on my bag, a little Blitz card, and I'm like, this. I'm like, oh, she said that wrap. I think I've heard of that. And I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, it's amazing. Have you haven't tried it yet? And she's like, no, I haven't, but I've been curious about it. I was like, great. Well, I'm going to message you on Facebook later today. And then I just message her on Facebook. But I make it so normal and so casual, and I always act so shocked, oh, you don't know what it is? And then they feel oh my God, I'm missing out. I have no idea what crap. I don't know what that is. And it makes them want it more because they feel they're missing out. And then the urgency is there. So make sure you're making it super normal. And April, I said, I literally pull out the card. If you don't have a Blitz card, I don't have one on my desk. I don't think I have one on my desk right here. But if you don't have a Blitz card on your bag, you need one. It's just literally get the card, go to Staples, or even I think Walmart even has the little pouches, laminate it, put a hole punch it, put a little key ring on it, and put it on your bag. And people will see it. They'll ask, is that those wraps? Easiest way to make wrap cash too, y'all. is to keep it on your back. But other than that, like if I get people on Facebook and then I approach it that way. And sometimes like I can get people to buy a wrap right there. It really just depends on the flow of the combo and like what the scenario is. But just keep it real with people. Like be like so shocked when they tell you they don't know what it is, or they might have heard of it, or they kind of have. You're like, oh, and if they say they kind of have, like if they're like, oh yeah, I've heard of that. Like, have you tried it? And they're like, no. I'm like, oh my God, girl, you need to. Look at this. And then I'm like, oh my God, let me just show you my results. And then pull up your own results. And if you don't have your results, get your own results. But show them, be like, oh my gosh, let me show you my results. And then show them your results. And then they'll be like, oh my God, that's crazy. Like, oh my gosh, do you want to try it? And then usually they'll say yes. And I can give you one right now for $25. I'll take, I'll take $5 off and give it to you for $25 if you want to try it right now. What's the best way to follow up with somebody who asks how much something is and you explain the price and they don't reply? Make sure when you're explaining the price that you're just saying it's so simple. If you make it complicated, it's going to turn them off. But if you said the price and they didn't respond, I'll message them the next Friday and be like, hey girl, did you still want to try out the blah, blah, blah? Onto YouTube, Brittany. I only done it once and that customer got me to Ruby. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Yeah, I saw Pam Sauter posted a blitzing tip from Angus today. Angus is the cutest, but seriously, don't be afraid to say it and just kind of like rehearse it a little bit. But like, don't feel like it's a script. Go with the flow and talk about it. If somebody were to come up and ask you like, hey, have you tried that new pumpkin spice cheesecake frappuccino? You'd be like, no, I haven't. And they're like, oh my God, it's so good. You're like, oh my God, I need to go to Starbucks. And what are you going to do? You're going to go to Starbucks and you're going to get the pumpkin spice cheesecake thing that they have that's new, okay? So whenever somebody talks about the business, think about that situation. Like if I were to tell you, first of all, Starbucks chai is the best drink ever at Starbucks. And I love it so much. You're going to be like, oh, okay, well, I want to try out that chai. Like Katie always talks about it. She's always getting that chai. Let me try out that chai. And guess what? You're going to go buy it. And I know for a lot of y'all that were in here when I had that pink drink problem, all y'all in that pink drink now. So, can you please stop? Chai is so good. If someone is a single mom who works 12 to 16-hour shifts, who uses morning time to nap before headed to work, when would be the best time to message or post? Okay. All right. So just being honest here, 12 to 16-hour shifts are so long. And I'm assuming that this mom wants to cut back because she's a mom. 12 to 16 hours is basically the entire day. So I would tell that mom she has to have a break. Legally, you have to have a lunch break. So use that lunch break as your time. Use stoplights. Like I know, like around me, I know which stoplight is going to take 3 minutes to switch to green. Okay, it's annoying. It makes me mad every time. But that stoplight, I can follow 5 to 10 people in that time. And you have to break up what I call wasted time to use it for useful time. Send out a message while you're at the stoplight before you start driving, obviously. But make sure you're using that time. Go to the bathroom on your break. Message while you're peeing. It usually takes you TMI, but like a minute. Go ahead, send a message or 5. Like, get that stuff done and work it in there because you need to rest or you're going to get burnt out. But also remember, you have to sacrifice to get to your goal. And for me, I had to sacrifice sleep when I was in nursing school to get things done with the business. So I was working a lot of like with school and Cami and everything. I was busy for a lot of the day. I had clinicals, I had this, I had that. But I would sleep 6 hours or less a night because I wanted Diamond so bad. I didn't even just want it. I needed Diamond so bad. So that little sacrifice it took me like 2 months of no sleep. Like I call no sleep 5 to 6 hours. So sorry, you guys who get 5 to 6 hours and think that's a full night's sleep. It's not. It's 8 to 9 hours is a full night. But I sacrificed that. And that killed me because I love my sleep. But it honestly was so worth it. And I would do it 5 times over to reach the same result. So sacrificing that time, fitting into those little wasted times that you have, bathroom, lunch breaks. You should have 2 lunch breaks on a 16-hour shift. Or I guess it's a lunch and dinner shift, or whatever. Lunch and dinner break or whatever. But use that as your time. Stay up for 30 extra minutes. Work the business. And you should be good to go. Because that should be about 2 hours. Does anybody have any questions? Comments? Concerns? Anything? All right. Best camera app that has a timer. I just use my, who has what Android? I don't know anything about Androids. Does anybody here on here have Android and know what the best app is for a timer? Because my iPhone has it on the camera, on the regular camera. I know YouCam, if you're taking a selfie, YouCam has a camera on it, and that's a makeup app. It edits your makeup for you. Oh, wait. No, wait, yeah. Is it clock? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, I have Android and it has a timer. Okay, so your camera probably should have a timer. You have to look at the top of the screen when you're on your camera thing, and it should show you. But all right, guys. So Android needs to get it together. Right though. This is why I'm Team iPhone. Anyways, so you guys heard the deal. I really want you guys to focus on what were you not doing and what are you gonna do differently. Y'all saw your checks today. And you're either screaming hooray or I hate my life. And I don't want you to be the one saying I hate my life. I want you to be the one saying hooray, I'm excited, I promoted, I have a bigger check. Now what am I going to do next month? It is so motivating to see your paycheck go up. And honestly, the coolest thing ever is when you get closer to a promotion and you're seeing that happen and then you see your first big paycheck, you'll never want to stop. And you guys now that have $100 paychecks or even less than $100, I want you guys to know that I was in that position too. And what it took for me to get to from a $50 paycheck to a $10,000 plus paycheck was mindset. Determining that I was going to go for it, that I was going to stop making excuses, stop claiming that I don't know anything when I have an entire YouTube filled with things that I didn't have a leader to go to for help. So you guys have a whole bunch of leaders here. You have YouTube out the whole world of YouTube to figure it out if you don't understand it. Use that information, stop making excuses and go for it and don't look back. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't because you can. I still have people that tell me that what I do is crazy. My father thinks I'm a nutbag because I still do this It Works thing. But yet here I am making all this money and he still doesn't believe in me. But you know what? I don't care. Because this pays my bills, I'm excited, and seeing each one of you guys reach your goals makes me so excited. I get so pumped up to see everybody promoting, just getting bigger paychecks, changing their lives, being able to go out and have a shopping spree, buy a dinner, because you know what? That was once me. And knowing what it was like to not be able to go out and get Chick-fil-A or just buy Cammy ice cream, that sucked, and I want more for you guys. So you can do it. I believe in you guys. Just stop with the BS. Stop with the excuses. Stop being lazy and go get it. And tell your teams the same thing. Sometimes they need a little bit of that tough love. They need a little bit of that fire under them because it happens, guys. I don't have anybody lighting a fire under me every day. I am my own fire. I'm a ball of fire all the time. So I listen to my self-development. I'm going to go after it tomorrow. I'm going to start the day off good. It's going to be my birthday tomorrow, and I'm still going to get my checklist done. Why? Because this business is the bomb, and I love it so much, and I don't even feel like I'm working sometimes. So back to my netback. I know, guys. I make up my own insults. Okay, so I'm changing everything this month. I'm going to make this. I'm going to do more. I did make more this month, but I'm ready to go to a whole nother level. You got me so motivated. I just messaged 50 people. I'm still going. I'm motivated. All right. You guys rock. Okay. And just some announcements. Okay. So we're going to do a party next week. I'm going to do it next Sunday. And I'm going to do 2 power hours next week. But if you are Ruby or beyond and you want to host a power hour, message me. I'm going to help you set it up because I want you guys to do power hours together. We're one team, one mission. It holds you guys accountable, and I cannot do them every night. But other people with a whole team, you guys can all power hour together, bounce off each other's ideas, and just do it together. What advice do you have for the newbies? What should they post if they don't have business kits? You should be posting how excited you are for your goals. You should be sharing other people's results. You can do hair, skin, and nails. Like you can, I just posted one today. You can go on my Instagram and look at. And check out like how I posted that, but literally you don't even need everything to get started. All you need to know is you have 30 days to get that $500 shopping spree. So ask your friends, ask your mom, ask your family if they'll support you in your business and help you get started so you can get the $500 and then boom, go. But you can use Fit People for like the cover photo on Instagram. You can go on Facebook And like after the fit photo, you can have a before and after. On Facebook, you can have, oh my gosh, look at my friend Kiana's results. Boom, comment results. Same thing with hair, skin, and nails or stretch marks or whatever. But that's pretty much it. It's like, I post a lot with the products because I'm passionate about all the products, but I also post before and after pictures and I still get results. I still get customers off of those. So use one product a month and go get that shopping spree because it's $500 sitting on the line right now. And for all of you guys who don't have your spouses signed up, this is the perfect time to get your spouses signed up and get them going. All right. I'm going to end this now because it's been about an hour. But I love you guys. If you need anything, you know where to find me. And I will let you guys know as soon as I schedule out this power hour. Talk to you later.